That's right. Happy 55th. It is our 55th episode of this series. We are. Let's see what we got playing here, by the way. Settings, audio. All right, let's see where we are. All right, I believe I figured out what was the problem last night with the audio levels. I had done some cleanup on the computer, and the music libraries got moved. So when they got recreated, they were in new folders and they were a new source. So their volume went back up to default, which was much louder than me talking. So I believe the levels have been readjusted. If there's any problem with the music, please let me know. Also, a big thank you. We broke over 50 followers last night. We were the benefit of a raid, and we picked up 8 new followers and quite a bit of chat. It was quite an exciting evening. But we are back in Chicago. Time is frozen, but the game is not. I happened to, as part of the cleanup, have a chance to look at the file save folders for this series. The game saves, which started out at about 80 meg, are already up to a half a gig each. So there's definitely going to be a couple of. I also ordered some extra memory to upgrade the computer to 128 gig just to handle anything that might be going on. I think we finished all these trains. I don't recall. I think we might have talked about getting another train on the Rock Island line, maybe. Let's see, City of Cincinnati. She's got moguls and 3 cars each because it's got a really bad climb outside of Dayton to Columbus. So we're leaving that as is. We got 2 trains with moguls and 5 each going to Chicago, Milwaukee, and St. Paul. And again, the problem with those is there's just it's a brutal trip out to St. Paul. I mean, from Chicago to Milwaukee, we're just becoming a shuttle train. It's when we get out from Milwaukee to St. Paul that the route is just too long and we're not getting enough traffic on it. All right, North Shore Line. Wow, 206 out of 231. And we upgraded the size of these trains. Let's see if we can find one. She's doing 40 coming into Chicago. Yeah, she's coming into Chicago Grand Central Station. 45 on the bridge. So, I mean, we can't complain. Let's see how quickly she picks up speed. I think we're going to have an issue on all these lines if we don't upgrade all their passenger cars. Because we're putting in the moguls, which will get us up to 75. And without the car upgrades, they won't be able to upgrade. And of course, you know, the other answer to that is, well, when are they going to have a chance to go full throttle? You know, there's some good sized stretches, and since a lot of our track is single track, good evening to everybody that's joined the stream. Thanks for joining in. Any questions, put it in there. I'm happy to answer. And I'm also, I readily welcome backseat driving. So anything that you can toss out there, you know, whether it's bridge types, bridge colors, selections of vehicles, names of streets, stations, any of that stuff. Because I run out. I mean, the corny jokes I come up with. All right, well, hold on, man. Focus. What are you doing? We're in Chicago. Yeah, we're in Chicago. We got about almost 1,500 people in Chicago right now. Yep, we fixed the trams. Yes, we did. And what else did we do? Well, we upgraded the freight vehicles for the city cargo run. Okay, well let's make sure we're doing that consistently as we go around town here. I wonder if we're ever going to use this sawmill. I do not see a forest anywhere around here. Although, yeah. No, I do not. Oh, back here. Damn it, we do have one. All right, then what are you going to do with the logs? Well, this forest is up that way, and this one's untouched. Yes, but none of that answers the question. Well, here's what I'm thinking. We could run a ferry from here. Oh, we also upgraded all of our ferries to the Fondenex. Yeah, that's a good attempt at that name. Let's try it again. The come on, man! You just bought like 20 of them last night. The Klondikes. There you go. Look at that. Look at that. Yep. We also over in St. Louis where we have the 8 dock slips. Did a little bit of coloring on the ferry boats to make them a little more distinctive. So go back to your log ferry here. Well, here's what I'm thinking. We could run these guys from here because nothing is servicing this. We could take these down to the sawmill. Okay. And then what? Well, then we could send them back to here. Yeah. We actually could take them to here. Well, how are we doing on logs in here? She's almost maxed out. Yeah, but she'll take the delivery anyway. And we got to up our game on tool deliveries here. Because, well, Pecca City is getting tools. All right, Green Bay. Yeah, she's getting nowhere near the right amount of tools. Oh, well, good point. So once you start doing that, it's going to hammer. I mean, you got us big supply right here. Yeah, I know. It's something we got to work on. You know, we have the basis of these systems in place. Well, we're only doing bricks, tools, and food. I mean, you haven't touched steel, so we're getting nothing for machine parts or for consumer goods, and you haven't touched oil, so we're not making chemicals for goods, and we're not making fuel to bring to the cities that want fuel oil, which eventually is going to be every city. You know, like right here, the Loop wants bricks, and she's getting no bricks. So, I mean, we definitely have a lot to do to get, you know, transportation set up. One of the people I had the chance to speak with over the last couple of days, their comment was that, matter of fact, it was yesterday, it was Plexi, that he's in the more modern era. I think his map is in the 60s or 70s. And, you know, he's doing trucking. Well, I mean, there's a huge difference between running, you know, a semi and running a horse and buggy. Because, you know, the horse and buggy, to get the throughput of the semi, you might throw 50 of them on a line, which when you blow it out across, you know, 80 cities on a megalomaniac map, you know, you're talking about thousands of wagons. Yeah, just you know that it's going to cause issues. Besides the mental challenge of naming all those horse and buggies, putting little license plates on them and everything with different names. You know, it's quite a bit of work. Who is this? Well, this is Rock Island 295. And she's got a GV and 7 cars she's delivering to here. Well, are we working on Milwaukee tool trains? You know, that's the thing. If we're not consistent, if we don't come up with a mythology to do this, we're never going to get them. We're going to miss stuff. And then when we come back around, really, you can't just upgrade this train? I mean, we should be able to. All right, well, let's see you impress us all by doing it. I did not know the A35 was here. No, and that is a huge power boost. The 115 traction. Yeah, the 10-wheeler though, and the 10-wheeler is a lot cheaper. Yeah, see, we have a lot of trains in here to start playing with. The power capacity that we're getting now is just a, doubling or tripling. Here's the Mogul at 400 with 80 traction power, and now we're getting, a 50% increase in traction, and the power has gone up 250%. So, trains hauling out over here up this path to get out of the Chicago Valley, they're going to get a huge boost. Plus the travel time heading down the, I wonder if we could throw them on here. Well, here's the problem with putting them on the City of Cincinnati line. She's just making money. But she's full though on every train. So if you could speed her up, well, let's check. Just check the train. We're currently doing 26 for an 83. Okay. So let's replace it with, I mean, holy cow, we're doubling the speed with just a little bit of a time to get there. What about the 10-wheeler? 20, see, we're 10 kilometers faster in the same time. So, well, it's 3 seconds off. I mean, that's minimal, but look at the speed difference though. We're going to go from 0 to 36. We're picking up 10 kilometers. There's a couple spots on the map on this run where it's going to make a huge difference. And what about the A35? Well, here's the problem with the A35. She might cost us so much. See, look how slow she is to ramp up. We're getting to 25 in 83 seconds. So a minute and a half. This is going to take, double the time, but she's going to get way faster. Don't forget, we do have access now to the better freight cars. Oh yeah, that's right. We have to start putting those into play. Yes, we do. Plus, some of the modded stuff that you have waiting to start using should start showing up. Oh, that's going to make a huge difference. Yeah, this is not going to be a matter of a simple, replace one versus another. We're really going to have to look at each of these lines and see what we're using. We're just, well, let's get the passenger cars done. Because, I mean, I'm tempted, like the Rock Island line, she's got a huge route that she follows to go from here out to Rock Island. First off, she's got to get out of Chicago. And then from Springfield all the way across to Rock Island. We made a change last night. We stopped, the Zephyr now just runs across the Mississippi. So she's not coming all the way back. So that should increase the number of times we see a train on the bridge between Rock Island and Davenport. So that's going to be a huge boost for us. Okay, what else? Well, I think that's going to be a big change. Did we get any new passenger cars? It's crap. We didn't even check that. Yeah, I know. Let's see. We're currently using Clear Stories. Yeah, let's see what we're getting here. We're doing, the 2683s and our max speed, because we're using the Moguls, is 75. So, we could take an upgrade. How much does the Moguls cost us? 181. So, this is a speed reduction, so we're going to ignore that. Another speed reduction. The 10-wheeler. I mean, this is a long-term locomotive here for us. Um, and it's way more economical than going to the A35. So it's labeled for passenger traffic. Yeah, I wonder if we should buy it just for that. Because whatever that means. Um, well, here's what it means. She can haul double the 10-wheeler. Well, that means we'd put her on a freight line, and we'd start carrying. We're carrying 203s right now. We could start carrying 300s. You know, and get there faster. We'll see a huge increase in our profitability. Okay. Well, we're talking about the city of Cincinnati. Oh, that's right. We were going to check and see if there's any new passenger cars. So, first off, there are no multi-units back here, just in case anybody's wondering. And we have no diesels and no electrics. All right, but what do we have for our passenger cars? Well, we've got 14 passengers go 100 kilometers. That's going to make a huge increase in our traffic levels. Okay, these go 110 with 20 people. You have to wonder if this is the scale because like what it's double the size. Yeah, but those 6 people get a lot of leg room up here. You know, um, and it adds up. Yeah, I know. Um, the Here's the other thing. If we're gonna stick with the well, wait. If we're gonna move up to the 10-wheelers or the A35s, we're doing 100 kilometers. We can get really a huge upgrade in our passenger trains. You know, well, let's do it then. Are we going to increase the number of passenger space? Yeah, I mean, why would we not? I mean, we can always sell them later, and we're sort of cash heavy right now. Okay, but you're going to mess with the city of Cincinnati? You know, I mean, it's here. It's 48. Yeah, it's 48. So, um, you know, here's the thing: the 835 costs more money. It's got less tractive power. So we're gonna go that route. All right, and are we going with the bigger cars? Well, let's see, 164, 103. Yeah, well, it's 15 tons versus 40. Yeah, see, that's the thing that gets me. You know, um, we're more than doubling the weight of the train of the passenger car just to fit those 6 extra people. Yeah, it's not worth it. I mean, it'd be great to have them. Um, but where would we put them? I don't know. But let's see. These were 46s. Okay. And what does this get us? Well, we can replace them all with 56s. It's half your money. Yes, it is. Well, let's go find one. This one's coming into Chicago. I've actually just got here. Talk about convenient. Let's haul her out of here and let's fly. Let's run with her and see how she does. As you know, we're going backwards. Why are we not? Oh, we're waiting here. You didn't know which train you were looking at. Why do we not have signals on the end of these platforms? That's a darn good question. I think here's the reason we didn't put them in here. Is there was a concern that on the multi-track lines, if several of the trains got here at the same time, that, by the way, that's still our largest building. Anywhere in the game, that's our largest building. So that's our Chicago skyscraper. And as you know, we're driving backwards so that we can flip the trains around. And we're full. Yeah, but we don't know how many people are going to get off here at the subway stop. Might be no one. Okay. This is a long trip. Ooh, it's a train ride. Yes, it is. And this is the midnight train. So we're looking for any chance where we get over 75. And we're looking to see how we climb out of Chicago and get up to Fort Worth. It's Fort Wayne. Fort Worth is in Texas. Okay, well that's what we're looking for. Are they reading the paper there, or are they playing pinochle? That's a darn good question. I can't get a better angle on them. Oh, here she comes. How's she doing? Come on, grab. Grab. Come on. You're in the window. It won't let you do it. That's why it's not grabbing it. She's doing 90. So, I mean, yeah, definitely a performance boost here. You know what you could do is you could look in that window. Oh my God, we forgot to look at that again. Why do we never look at that thing? I think we just glance at it and never pay any attention to it. You know? Like our rate is 58 and our frequency is 12. 224. Well, do you want to add another train? No, we're gonna edit all these vehicles and throw another one on there. These are, let's see, passengers, 6-wheelers. 1, 2, 3, 4. All right. Let's see if that makes any difference in our numbers. Should be coming around this here in a second. There she is. Doing 48 and kicking. You know, pretty soon we'll start to see the Chicago skyline from back here. That'll make this little pop out even more interesting. I'm pretty sure we were hugging in the 20s through here. So, I mean, we're definitely making some progress. You're going to haul us all the way back to Cincinnati? No, I'm not. But, you know, again, this is a Chicago, it goes Chicago to Cincinnati. So it's worthy of our attention. We don't have to wait to come all the way around the map. You know, we're going to have a lot of work to do to fix all those freight trains. You know, we're upgrading every wagon. You know, and then we've got to make decisions on, you know, I'm sure on a lot of them, the mogul, you know, wonderfully bad timing for autosave. You know, the mogul is going to be plenty of performance for us on a lot of the runs. Yeah, but we can upgrade the. All right, let's see. And we've left no one on the platform. How's that possible? Oh, that's right. This is the weird station. Yeah, we got a lot of people waiting to go the other way, and we could have taken. Keep this locked up here. She should get right up to speed going through this tunnel. was not happy built. This was a $2 million tunnel. I was not happy building this thing at all. Look at this. This is horrendous. This thing's so huge. And to me, it looks like there's some sort of slope in it. You know, I thought that we tried everything we could to make it level. Well, we're picking up speed the whole time. Yeah, see, that's where those... But we're stopping right up here. You know, so... Yeah, that's the other thing. Hey, there's no sense buying a sports car that'll do, 0 to 60 in 3 seconds. You're driving on, it goes to 200 miles an hour. You're just keep driving around the city. Okay. We can't really gauge. Oh, that would have been a good one to watch. Because this is a piece of track that we have a problem with. This, these two are very close to each other. And the only way to get down this hill was to make this very ugly piece of S-bending track here. Hey, look how fast we're going downhill. Yeah, that's not a good metric. We're worried about uphill. Well, the only feature we're worried about with downhill speed is braking. Is braking ability. All right. I mean, look at that. We're going to hit... Oh, that would have been interesting. All right, so we're in Dayton. I mean, we're making good money here. We've got a lot of people to take the other way. No, that's into Columbus. Yeah, that's the other way. So, well, we just upgraded the trains. I mean, they're going faster, and we've increased our passenger capacity. So all of that should impact these two numbers right here, which they have. I think we were at like 50 and 18. So we've seen changes on these numbers for the better. And the trains are full. There's nothing that says we can't leave passengers on the platform. It's not maximizing what we're trying to do. So I would say this is a worthwhile test sort of vehicle. And then we can start replicating this in Chicago. Is there any reason for us to go with the A35? Yeah, there's a couple routes where it's way more hilly, but I don't think it's worth the revenue hit. I mean, where are we at right now? Oh, look at that. We broke 100,000. Did you mean to say we broke 100 million? Yes, I did. See, this is why you're down. Yeah, but it was still a 15 million loss. So... that one's not been upgraded. That's probably going to Indianapolis. Well, it could be going to Louisville, just turning around. Oh yeah, good point. Yeah, we're starting to definitely get much nicer stations. Well, I mean, it'd be nice if we could start working on... Yeah, well, some of the stuff that would be an even nicer station. We're talking about intermodal era. Um, I mean, we've got multiple levels of stuff here. You know, we're not just boring and flat. Um, but we're still making money. I mean, you know, we're still being efficient. It is a transport game after all. You know, this is not, you know, it's not cool train Model HO layout. You know, do we think we have enough going on that we could put the point-to-point trains back up here? I think if there's people left on the platforms, yeah. You know, like here we go. We're not full even here, but there's plenty of people wanting to go to Indianapolis. Well, I mean, we're here. Yeah, we're gonna fix this one. We'll give her the same upgrade. Same one. Yeah, we're gonna give her the. What are you gonna do? Well, we're gonna drop off the. We're gonna give her the 10-wheeler. Because from the A35, the 260 Mogul to the 10-wheeler, that's a huge. We better make sure we got a run that needs this thing before we ever take this plunge. You know, it's a way simpler. Okay, and you've got now 3 of the clear stories. Yeah, which are a combined weight of 75 tons for 48 people. See, we could do this. We get 70 people and we're at the same 75 tons. Huh, interesting point. Yeah. All right, we're heading back to Dayton. Yeah, here's the piece of track we want to watch. We want to see what it's like climbing out of Dayton, getting over to Columbus. See how that looks. Remind us again, what episode is this? This is our 55th episode. Is the track still here to flip around? The track is here to go back to Columbus, or back to Cincinnati. But the track is not here. Oh, yeah. So, you know, we have a lot of people here, a lot that want to go, you know, up over to Columbus. Okay, let's just watch this train here. Oh, I mean, we're way better right now. We're carrying more passengers, or space for more passengers, and our performance numbers there. The Mogul was slowing down into the teens on this stretch right here. So yeah, this is vastly better. The intercity railroad. I'm sure that's not what it means. I'm sure the RR means railroad, but you know. That's a huge. Well, the tracking is still here to turn around. Yeah. So you're gonna throw some track down real quick? Well, I mean, we're here. Yeah, what does that mean? I mean, we're here. So what's the harm? Well, how are you gonna do it? I mean, we're gonna come around these trees. You know, we could try that. That's not very interesting. Well, we're not gonna come under here and back up. That would be interesting looking. I think we could do it. I think. First off, select the right kind of track. That you're not going to be able to make it. How the hell are you in the red? Yeah, those upgrades sucked up all of our reserve. You're gonna have to wait for a couple of. Ouch. Yeah. Yeah. That is. That was a huge blow to the money in the bank. Are you gonna borrow any money? I'm not gonna borrow money to build another train. I'm gonna get back on this one and take it back to Chicago. Go try and make some money. Yeah, see, that's the thing with these upgrades. Just because you have the money in the bank and you're like, hey, we can afford the upgrade, you got to cover those operating costs. And it could take some time for those, the things to start settling in and recoup. Well, I mean, it shouldn't take that long. They should just, next station, grab more cargo or grab more passengers. Yeah, but you're out, 23 mil, and you're bringing it back, at an extra 100K a year, you know. Look at that, we're doing 80. Yeah, that's an unfinished piece of freight line there. We all saw that. Yes, we all saw your shame. Hey, look at that. We're back in profitability. Now you're not. Are you going to rush back and build that little commuter up train there? No, I'm not, because these things are running more often. And if I throw another train on there, it might increase. Well, yeah, don't mess with it, man. All right, let's see how we do in the tunnel. Well, you're going downhill. We should be doing pretty good. Well, let's see how it looks. Chicago again. Yeah, there's an unused steel mill too. Why don't you talk about that? We'll get there. Why are we waiting here? Because tunnels can only be single track. Wow. Is that ever going to change? I guess the first question is, why should it? I mean, if the trains can move faster, then they should be through the tunnels quicker. And the infrastructure's already in place everywhere we build. And we've gone, is this our second trip around the map? Well, we got the first one. No, this is our second trip around the map. Oh, wow. Yeah. Is every city on the map? No, it's not. Every city's not connected. Beaumont's not connected. That's a big one down there in the Texas oil field region and the Gulf Coast oil areas. Who else isn't connected? I think Beaumont's the only one that's not connected. Beaumont and Beaufort, not to be confused with each other because they're not close. They're cities, on or at the border on opposite ends of Texas. I know this because we woke up one day and went to bed in the other one. Are we going to hit 100 before we have to stop? Come on. You are so close. Oh, really? Go fix that track. You know what? You can't. You're over. Hugely overdrawn. We're gonna be playing with the bank account all day, all night, aren't we? Yes, we are. Let's see how much we make off of this. Okay, go fix that track. You had a chance for us to actually, blow through here at 100. Well, then the track's not directly behind these people's houses. Yeah, but we could have blown through here and gotten to 100. Don't. Make sure it's all 120. Oh, no, it's all 120. Do you want me to put it to... No, because now there's a chance these people... How did these people even move over here? That we built this road for them. I don't think we built this road. I think this is all game road. Why did the game want to move over here? Because they get access to this passenger station. Huh. Okay. Now. See, don't mess up too much curve. I think as soon as you put this in here, there you go, 120. Now this is leaving track. Yeah, give them a signal. Ooh, our first signal of the night. This, ladies and gentlemen, is our 55th anniversary episode signal. There it is. All right. You've said that. Yeah, I know. Yeah, the only train that's not letting people on here is the city of Cincinnati. You know, I would shut this off. Well, hey, Chicago had multiple train stations. I know, I get you. Yeah, let's make a stop over here so these people can get on and off. That's going to be a little tough. Platforms. Small main building. See, there's no platform here. You're going to have to do the platform. Do we have access to the... Nope, not yet. How about under Meska? Nope. Just the... you don't want to put a building in? I mean, it's Chicago. We don't have enough money to make this a real station. That would require deleting this. And this? That we can't afford. Or this? How big are you making this? Well, here's the thing. Let's see how big we can make it. You did not hit that button quick enough. You just went up 800 and now you're down 8 million. Yeah, let's just put a nice. We want to put a nice little food court over here? No, we can put a nice station over here. We'll get the. By the way, to the people who've joined, I see that a couple new people have joined us. Thanks for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, observations, by the way, if my mic level is low, I believe I fixed it. But if there's still a problem, please let me know. I would appreciate your feedback. Thank you. All right. Platforms. Well, you might just be low because you're rambling. Well, there's the other thing that says I might be low because get the one with the fountains. That's this one. Yep. You putting it in the middle? Yeah, put it right here. Okay. Now what? Well, now we have a cool little fountain stop. Are you going to run a tram from here? I really am thinking about it. You almost killed us a couple of hours ago with how tedious it was to get to upgrade all these streets with the trams. I did not, I didn't plan it that way. It's just, we did this and this was cool. We put in the 1900 era, the big tram station. And then what? Well, then we had to fix all the streets, and at some point I was just sitting here going, oh my God, let's go to the next street. This was not a good and with this music playing, you're killing us in the middle of the night, and you're playing the asthma stuff. Yeah, it was not a good combination. It was not. Okay. Can you put in a tram stop back here? Yeah, we just need a little one. Just give us 2. Island platform, electric. Give us a medium building. Just something nice. Give us something nice. All right, something like this. Is that going to... See, now we have catchment. So the people walking across can get off here. Why don't you go a little smaller? Like this? I'd almost tell you to go a little smaller. You sure? I mean, this is not a big station. Well, this is not a big train station out here. I mean, literally, it's an extra. Okay. And do you need one tram track? What does one look like? Apparently there is no such thing as a 1. There's got to be. What changes here? Well, this is 1. And this is 2. What's the difference? Yeah, don't do the island platforms. Do these with the bus stops. Okay, what's a 1 look like now? Oh yeah, it is just on that one side. So if you're doing the island platform, it looks the same. Okay, well, do the one with the bus stops. You just want 1 tram stop here, where people drive and walk in here can walk across. If you want to do 2 later, you're gonna have to tear the whole thing out. Just put 2 in. There you go. Wise choice. As Carl Sagan said, why build 1 when you can, the rule of government contracting, why do 1 when you can do 2 at twice the price? A lot of people think that was attributed to the guy in Contact. But what they forget is that was an homage to Carl Sagan. So that's why we get that from there. Okay, this is West. This is the Chicago. We're not calling this place the Chicago Freight Yard. We're gonna call this the. You're gonna pull up your map of Chicago? Yes, I am. I'm gonna pull up my map of Chicago. And we're going to figure out which train station would be over here. Okay, we'll pull up your... Well, if chat would give me a name, I'll use that. We'll pull up your... Well, if chat would give me a name, I'll use that name. And that would, that would be better for me than me calling it, the 35th Street Amtrak station, which we're not going to call it. We're also not going to call it the Rookery building. Well, the Ogilvy Transportation Center, that's more central. The Millennium Station. You know what? We're going to go with, unless chat will give me a name. There's your chance to be immortalized in episode 55. We're going to go with the Ogilvy Transportation Center. Sounds like a very modern name. Yes, it is. The Ogilvy Transportation Center. And this is the Ogilvy Transportation Center. West Side Central. There it is. Okay. Now, Mr. Ogilvy Transportation Center. Ogilvy. Okay. Get us some streets. Where are you taking the street to? That's a good point. Do we pull right into here? Or do we run a street down here that allows us to build? Let the game fill this in. Because the game will decide what it wants to do. Sure? Yeah, let the game decide. Oh, yeah, that's what it was we had to do. We had to electrify all of the Chicago streets. So, yeah, just to recap. So, 2 in the morning, playing the asthma music with occasional lullabies. You decide to electrify every street in Chicago. Yes. A mind-numbingly tedious task. Yeah. Okay, and what happened? Well, I think at one point we passed out. At one point? Yeah, at one point we probably passed out. Then, at another point, if you could put something out here. Seriously? Yeah, if you could let's find an asset that's appropriate for this era. You mean like a business building? I don't think any of these are going to be appropriate. This is just not... I thought we had some older buildings. Like, let's do a search for Chicago. Okay, do a search for building. Well, that's going to turn up a lot, and it's going to be of no help. I mean, this is a commerce building. Yeah, it's not... I mean, honestly, that looks like a... Tasty Island. I was going to say, that's our corner CVS Walgreens building. There's nothing grand or EOS about that at all. Yeah, these are commerce buildings. Get out of there. That does not say 1900 to me. No, none of these do. Where is that thing that we got with the... Get that out of there, because otherwise we won't get nothing. All right, where is that thing that we got with the... that's New York City landmark, San Francisco. You still never put the capital in. Yeah. Central Tower, San Francisco. Ooh. Yeah, there's a lot of problems with this. You're going to build the first skyscraper in the game yourself and not let the game do it? No, we're not doing that. We get a skyscraper when the game gives it to us. Okay. Well, that building back here that you keep saying is the... I've said it like twice. Yeah, that's the largest building on the map right now. So, yeah, that's not going to fly. What about this? Is it the same number of stories? Let's see. Ground floor, 3 gray, 1, 2, 3. The one, the roof. Okay, I realize what you're trying to cheat here. Well, you know, there's a building in Milwaukee, one of the Northwestern Mutual buildings. This, if you were to put like a regular office building, like 10 stories underneath this is what the top of it, like it's capped off in this very, you know, it's been around a long time sort of look. Okay, just go find those. I know we have them. It's a whole bunch of, um, wait, skyscrapers? I mean, it's not that they're skyscrapers. Um, None of this screams impressive. They're residential buildings. Oh, what about this? See, that's way too tall. How many stories is that? 7 plus the top. This is 5. Yeah, see, this matches. It's a little bigger. Yeah, but it'll look nice up against that station. That's what we're trying to do. Okay, well, let's bookmark this. Somebody remember Old Berlin. Because in about 2 seconds, we're going to lose it and never find it again. Do we have a corner back here? I actually have 2. Yeah, but if we put the corner like on here, that would look neat. Now, that could be interesting. Okay, what's this? This does not match this tower. Oh, it's a whole bunch of choices. So to say, this is false advertising. Whoever did this other workshop, these two do not match. All right, well, let's see. What else you got? I mean, the game is going to build these. None of these match that picture. Okay. Yeah, that does not match our. Did you just say this does not match Chicago? That is, you know, that blends in with this. Yeah, it does. It is not that far off. Okay, so what do you think is going to happen here? Well, I think if we, because the game isn't going to build on these 2 tracks. The game will build across here. Well, if the game isn't going to build on those, why did we put them in? That's a really good point. Maybe we should change those. Well, don't we have like stadiums or something? As a matter of fact, that's what you just clicked. Sports? Is it sports? Yeah, sports. A bar. A little track and field thing. Oh, it's a city basketball court. A bowling alley. Yeah, you're really classing this place up. Well, if you change the streets, we don't need to do any of this at all. And it fills in the platform area right there. Yes, it does. It is looking a little tacky, though. We've tried to play with this thing before. Yeah, we just get weird results. Pubs, restaurants, skate park. What are you trying to build? Wrigley Field out here? You know, that wouldn't be a bad idea. You know, if we had this, are you talking right now? It's a cinema. This looks more Russian than it does American. We could build a soccer field out here. We don't have enough room. Yeah. Put get out of here. See me later. Golf club, grill, go-karts. Don't we have a paintball thing? I guess we don't have a baseball sort of stadium. No, we don't. And here's the other problem. What is this? These are public buildings. I mean, do you want to do a firehouse? That's an ambulance. Here's a fire station. You know, that's not necessarily a bad idea either. Well, if you're going to do the fire station, then I would say don't change this to tram track, or from tram track. Because then this way the game won't mess it up. Yeah, see, it becomes a lot tougher, you know, when you're trying to actually implement it. How is this a fire station? It's gotta be a school. It says fire station. And this one? I mean, that's definitely a modern fire station. That's a school building on the front. I guess there's a door back here. Oh, you know what this is? That's a fire station from 7 Days to Die. That's why that probably looks familiar too. I mean, we put a police station out here. If you can find an old looking one. Didn't we build a, don't we have a thing where on one of the cities we built like a police station? That was a previous map in previous episodes. A different series. Okay. Yeah, I remember we got to a point where we were doing a similar sort of thing. Yeah, you know what else we did in that series? We bought trains. Stay focused to where we are today. Okay. Thanks for that pep talk. Too modern. Oh, look at this. This is doable. And it fits the theme of the passenger station out, the train station out. How does a police station fit the theme of the train yards? They're railway cops. Nice save there. Well, I tried. Let's go. How are you going to drive in and out of here? Is there like a British ramp? No, because this isn't Britain. You have to get... there's a gate there. So you're going to have to build a little path there. We can do that. Okay, back this up to the train station. How's that look? Oh, that looks like it belongs there. Okay, let's get some of the, you know, you could just use, yeah, you could. Why don't you think of the name of it? You could just use ballast to fill this in. Okay. So let's go back to my earlier comment. Are we going to replace this with just regular street? I think we should. Let's, this way the game can build in here. Okay. Tools. Tram tracks. Yes. You're going to have to get us down. Get us down to where? Well... Okay, now where are you going to put your... Well, here's the station. What is this going to be like? Chicago? Go to trams. Here we go. So this will be Chicago 6. You know, you really label these things so people will know exactly where they're going. Chicago 6. Alright, Chicago 6. Where is it? We lost it. Got a lot of tram stops. Yeah, our point is the 4 major cities, and then the plus Cincinnati, so 5. Their inner city buses are tram only. Well, trolley only is what I would call it. But okay, put us on track 6. Okay, now take us out of here, and then talk to us. Going back, let's put a stop, like right here if we can. Oh, you want to block the bridge like you did in Milwaukee? Not Milwaukee. Oh, you mean in Minneapolis, St. Paul? Yes, that's if you're going to accuse me. At least get the name of the place right. Okay, so now coming out of the Ogilvy Transport Center. So stop here. Yeah. Okay. Load her up. Loading her up. You want to go over here to the building. Now. Okay. What do you buy? We're gonna buy 25 and 7. Yeah. 27 and 11. Oh yeah, there's no doubt we're buying these things. Give us one more, because it'll take a while for them to make that trip. Chicago 6. Unable to find path to stop missing electric trucks. Trucks? Did you say the word trucks? Can you rewind the video to tell me what I said? No, I can't. Okay, then I said tracks. Okay. Tools. Tram tracks. Catenary, yes. Come down here. So the way it looks is that you didn't electrify all of Chicago. Why are those things running? You know what? They look like they're steam. They don't look electric. You electrified New Orleans. Oh man, I don't even know what city we were in. Yeah, you must have went back down to New Orleans and did it that way. What are you doing? I don't know, I'm clicking on the streets. Okay, well doesn't this have catenary? No, it doesn't appear to. It does now. Okay, what about this? Huh. It does now. Okay. Maybe this would go quicker if you paid attention. Hey, this is a lot of electrification here. We're not just doing, oh, I can get away with just one stop. That's not how you cater to everybody. You know, this isn't, you know, trolley manager 20,000. Are these things electrified? No, they're not. But they are now. Oh, you know what it is? We bought the upgraded trams for Chicago. And then the raid happened. And the clock kept going. And that's how we got the new upgrade. So that's why we don't have the latest and greatest in here. We'll go in a few seconds. You know, there's a mod that lets you just search replace thing. Yeah, we would never use that. Because look at all the streets that we missed. I know. It's the challenge. It's the mental fatigue exercise. You know? Somebody broke. How did they break? 1, 2, 3. 1, 2. 1, 2, 3. They're going in. Yeah. Everybody going out? I wonder if it's just screaming in general because there's that one route. Well, I mean, you got a lot more to do. Yeah, I know. That's why I'm not pulling up the window. The window? Why I'm not pulling up the window to see just how much more there is. I know there's more to do. You know, how fascinating is this for somebody else that watches it? I think the fascination is they're waiting to see if my head slams into the keyboard, you know. Is that what's going to happen? I think it is. Yeah, you don't need to do. Let's convert all the vehicles. And then this way. See, your thing went away. Yeah, it was probably just a regular sort of trams. All right, give us all the Chicago lines. 2 and 6. Well, that's 30 vehicles. Yeah. Okay. Most of them are the dump trains. We're going to replace them all. The dump trains do 26 and 11. Okay, now we can do 27 and 11. Oh, that's a world of difference. I mean, that fully justifies all the cost of electrification. Yeah, but our emissions go from 80 to 69. Oh, that's a huge drop. Yes, it is. Did it bother you to check and see you don't have enough money to do this exercise? Just take out the loan. That's crazy. I know, but we're here. So let's just do it. Okay, replace. Okay, now we see who's broke. None of them. Wow. We appear to have caught all the major routes. Cool. Are all the stops giving you that double sign signal? Yes, they all are. Did we put a thing over here? A thing. Yeah, you know, a thing. No, we didn't put a thing over here. Alright, well, I'd like to keep upgrading these trains. Make sure they're using these two and not the outside one. Okay, manage line. This is they're allowed to use 1 and 2. Okay, this is track 1. This is a cargo platform. And they can use 2. Yeah, they don't need to be able to use 3. This is for looks. Well, that's what let us put in the building. Yeah. Oh, you need the ballast stuff. Yep. Paint tools. Ballast. Here we go. Alright, slow your window down a little bit. You gonna come across the whole front? Yeah, I think we are. Down the side? Yeah, just something like that. Now it looks like crap. I mean, it looks like the horses and buggies could get in there. And we have a garage thing in the back. Okay. But again, my whole point was I wanted to get, you know... Did you put any things on this? No, we never bought them. We did buy them. Oh, that's right. We couldn't assign them. Okay. We're going to take a trip on one of these guys. Going to the Ogilvy Transportation Center. Cool. Let's see what Chicago looks like from street level. We haven't been here in a while. Ooh, look at that. Somebody's got the brand new 1900 Roadster there. Ooh, new buildings coming in. Yeah, they see the power of the police station over there and this tram, and they're all excited. Because, you know, when a police station moves into town, everybody wants to build right into it. Alright, there's the city of Cincinnati train heading out. And yeah, it'll be interesting to see what the game puts here. Yeah, this is a lot better than a yeah, doing it with the 2 was the right move. Okay. That's great. What's your plans to get us out of crippling debt here? Well, I mean, we have money. All these lines that we upgraded are making money. That's not really a question. It's just a matter of the swings have gotten much worse. They've gotten a lot worse. Yeah, and we spent all of our buffer. So we've got to get our buffer built back up. See, this is still, you know, there's still moguls. I mean, the line's making us money. But yeah, these doesn't seem like a lot. Well, that's because this is Johnsonville. Is this ferry line making us any money? Here's the thing. You can see where we bought the second ferry. And yeah, it's just like on some of these lines, they're so long that, you know, it's feast or famine. And, you know, like we broke 100 million in annual train revenue. But then the next year we're down 50 million. You know, that's how people who win the lottery go broke. You know, they get this, they're doing well, they got lottery money. But what they don't realize is, you know, you don't get lottery money every year. Well, unless they got an annuity. Yeah, of course. You know, and then there's this cyclical stuff that comes in. You know, and if this is the year that you build or spend, you know, this hits and you're in trouble. I mean, in that regard, we're lucky the game doesn't have, you know, an overdraft limit on us. We've got time to, you know, come back around. Yeah, well, it doesn't make it interesting for other people because we're not doing anything. Well, I mean, we're sitting here making small talk while we're hoping that the stock market doesn't crash on us. You know, we need 1 or 2 good years to hit, and then we have to not spend any money. You know, get the base built back up, and then go from there. Well, we got a lot of work to do just in Chicago before we even head up to Milwaukee. I mean, this is day 2 of us in Chicago, and we've blown through $100 million in upgrades and improvements, but, you know, upgrades. We've upgraded a ton of trains. We completely upgraded the whole Chicago tram system. We've done some station detailing. that's worked out pretty cool. Yeah. So I think what's going to happen is I'm just going to have to leave this running until dawn and just let it recover. You know, we're... Ouch. Well, look, you spent 11 million right there. 10 million. You know, if we had that right now, we'd be up 2 million even with that hit. Plus the loan would be paid off. Yeah, we're not in bad shape. We just gotta wait it out. And once we can bring those trains in, we've got some freight lines around here. The whole Milwaukee tool system. Yeah. We've definitely got capacity to increase our delivery rates and the profitability, because this is idle money just sitting here. I mean, on one hand, you know, we are a transport game. Does it really matter to us if the line is only making, you know, 200,000 as opposed to 2 million? And the answer is, hell yeah, it matters. We're here to make a ton of money. We just want to do it, you know, we want to do it with the struggle of all the settings and rules that we have. Well, you know, when you mention the rules. It's amazing that we have a page of rules. Well, I mean, the first one very clearly says no Deus Ex Machina. I mean, that's the core concept of cosmonaut mode. You know, the hand of God does not come down and go, you're now back in the black in terms of the bank account. You know, where's the fun in that? You know, the fun is trying to build a piece of track. Why are you waiting here? You know, like, what the hell's going on up here? See, we'll upgrade this train, and she'll be coming through here, you know, much faster rate. Every 10 minutes, 97. Trains are full. We're pretty close to it. Yeah, that's the thing we got to start watching. You know, can we afford to put in a larger train, especially on these passenger runs, and then reduce, you know, one of the locomotives? That's the funny thing, you know. Freight is pull demand. You know, whatever you know, obviously it has to have a valid destination. But you can have a valid destination for passengers, and they literally just go, I don't want to go there. You know, and nothing you can do. This is a nice station. Really? It's not very interesting. Well, if I had money, I would be festooning it right now. But what are they waiting for? They're waiting for this guy. Oh man, don't tell me. We can't have stuff broke. We haven't touched anything. You know, we're gonna have to check for brakes. This guy's coming back with tools. Yeah, and it was limited to 150 through the tunnel. You know, we're going to do an upgrade, and they could be blowing through this tunnel at 100. That's going to increase the amount of stuff that, you know, can go through the tunnel. You know, you never turn the... is it possible that these gaps are your fault because you put way too many wagons behind these engines and you've got them doing teens level speed coming up these hills? They got to come up the hills, and the answer to everything isn't buy another locomotive. You got to optimize what you got. But that's cool. I'm gonna say there might be a problem here. Yeah, well. You thought this was outside of Huntsville for a second, didn't you? Yeah, we're between Huntsville and Memphis. Yeah, this is outside of Indianapolis. These are the tool lines, and this guy's trying to get back out to the quarry. Well, he's don't even ask it. Because that's no reason to hook it up. It would clear the junction. I mean, that's a reason. Okay, but why can't this guy? Because this one's here. Okay. So it looks like we gotta move this one back so that she's on a separate path. Well, she's got a siding back here. Yeah, but this is her turn. Okay, why don't you bring this guy? See, if you let this guy go underneath, right here, just send him straight down, curve around underground, and then bring him out over here. Okay, if you do that, well, that would put him right here with a train line he can't get on. So the little guy, see, again, this is the thing we talked about earlier. The little guy is, in a lot of these situations, these little deliveries to the cities are getting screwed over by these huge trains you built to haul resources. Well, what do you want me to tell you? This guy can't get out of here. I mean, we could move his signal up a little bit. We could move his up a little bit too. Wait for more money to come in. How much more money are you waiting for? We gotta fix this. There's a lot of money tied up here, and it ain't coming in. Well, I mean, you know, it's not a matter of if we don't have enough to borrow. I mean, all it takes is just removing a couple of these wagons. I mean, all we gotta do is remove 3 wagons in the back, and this thing will fix itself. Okay, how do you want to put that to me in 1900 terms? Okay, here's what I want you to do. I want you to go back there with a couple of guys and some axes. And I want you to separate the cars. And then I want you to push them over off the track. And then if any part of it blocks the track, beat it up with an axe until it's broken apart and it's rubble on the side of the road. There you go. That's how I'll put it in 1900 terms. Hey, to the people who've joined us tonight, thanks for joining in. I know you're here for Trains with Axes talk. See, here's how we can get to 30 million and still recover. We can do the emergency axis thing. And how long have these guys been sitting here? Well, here's how we tell. Oh, she's been sitting here a long time. See, that's another problem with this map being so big. There's just no way. Right, well, am I borrowing the money? You know, you might have to. Because a lot of shit is breaking down as this thing cascades back. How did you find this spot so quick? Well, I went down here to profitability by line and looked at who was losing money. And then just went to the one that was the most losing money. Okay, well, we're about to lose a couple cars here, a couple of wagons. I hear you. Come on. Come on, give us the money. It's a tough call. Well, let's see. Let's see where things are going right now. Because we're stuck here. Yes, we are. We are stuck here. What are we gonna do? I'd like to get back down to that 8 million and then not make that same mistake. Yeah, I don't think it's gonna happen. There you go. Okay. Get rid of 3 cars. 1, 2, 3, 4. Look at that. I mean, I'm staying here because we still gotta fix this. You gonna bring him in for underground? He's not messing anything up. Yeah, but we can run him out to here. What's that gonna do? It's these long hauling resource trains. They're the ones blocking everything up. Well, then what's your plan for that? My plan for that is to get some money, buy bigger engines, and make these trains even longer. Well, that's going to make them block up stuff even more. Yeah, it is. It's called Operation Gum Up the Works. But that's what we're trying to do here. We're optimizing every line. We're making trains as long as we can, whatever the territory will handle. All right, come on, you get out of here. Can't go yet. Can't go till that guy gets to the other side of the junction. Okay. Has any revenue come in yet? Yeah, we had a 4 million here. I mean, if we'd have broke $1 million, and if these these 4 trains here had gotten to where they were supposed to, that would have been a pretty good chunk of cash coming in. See, this guy's got to wait an awfully long time. You know, this earnings number here tells you whether we're profitable or not. You don't need to open up the spreadsheet. I sometimes remember that. I mean, there's no harm in me opening up the spreadsheet. What are you waiting for? See, another long hauler just jumped in. You know, so that's not even tools. That one's going back to get more tools. Yeah, it is. And look at that. It's been 17 years. It hasn't made any money in 17 years. It's just costing us how much? You know, $500,000, 400,000 for 17 straight years. You know, if you could double track everything, there'd be this explosion of money coming in. Yeah, but then what would be the fun of it? I mean, the challenge in this game is that right here at this intersection, just a few minutes ago, the conversation was, is our game over? Have we just gone broke? You know, so, okay, we can have a conversation in the middle of the night at some random junction outside of Indianapolis about, are we going bankrupt? You know, is Sir Topham Hatt getting his hat handed to him? Or we could have $1 billion in the bank. I am having that conversation out in a field by a junction outside of Indianapolis, because this is exciting, you know, relatively speaking, to transport fever level of excitement. You know, this is our 55th episode. Yeah, and you almost ground us to a halt. We're supposed to go to like 150 episodes. You just... Yeah, and this, hooray, it's our 55th episode, you know. Hey everybody, it's episode 55. Hey everybody, we're going bankrupt. This train is still not moved. Is it turned off? No, it's not turned off. It just doesn't have a path. And we can't fix it yet because we don't have any money. Well, how are you going to fix it? Well, here's what we're going to do. We're going to take him underneath this main line here. Because first off, that's fun to build. That's a given. It's fun to build and it's interesting to look at. Well, you know what would be easier to build is just a bridge. Freight trains can't go over bridges. Okay, well, if you send this thing under the track, doesn't that make this up here a bridge? No. That's just a track that has something underneath it. It's called semantics. No, I think it's called cheating. It's like, no, because the thing going under the tracks is going to look interesting. Okay, so now you're under the track, so you're over here by this rock. Then what happens? Well, then we make a turn and we come down here. And then we join back in. Okay, but all that does is get you from here to over here. Yes. That's not much of an achievement. Yes. But it might help. And see this guy right here? Might have helped him. See, this is tools from Wabash. The only thing that's going to help you is if you extend this junction back to the other bridge. We could do that, but here's the problem. Let's measure it right now. I'm going to break out my little measurement tool. Oh, it just has to go to the bridge. So yeah, we could do that. Well, we can't do it now, obviously. Yeah, but we could push that back. Dude, you're at 7 mil. This is maybe you're back at 16. But you got down to -7 in the bank. Yeah. See, this whole junction fiasco. All right, Louisville, Marble, and Granite. That's one of these trains. It's the same junction, probably. She's moving. She's going back out to the quarry. This is the one that just went past us. Is that a freight train bridge? No, that's actually a cool looking part of the quarry construction pit. It's decorating. You know, it serves no purpose other than to look cool. See, that's another fundamental difference. You know, when you're sitting here going, you know, what are these things doing? Come on, there you go. They're making the train platform look interesting. You know, because we're not advanced in the year enough to get that sorter one built. So, you know, we make it look interesting with what we have. And then we have this. As she goes over the old pit. By the way, these boulders were just here. I didn't put them here. You know, this just turned out to be, you know, here's the old pit, and we're over here working on the new one. Okay, well, you're down to 10. You were just at 4 million. Yeah. You know, every tick of the clock here is bringing money back in. Yeah, but that junction's still not fixed. No, it is not. We're gonna have to fix it. So, I say we have two, well, they're not really options, they're just part of the same plan. But, clean things up here. Here we are, we're back in the junction again. You know, she's paused. She could be paused for quite some time. And we're waiting for that one train out there. I know. This is why we single track. Because if you run double track anywhere, you don't have to think as much. It's way too easy, you know? Well, you know, I'm playing the game. First off, why GGW? Okay? Your game, your way. You know, that's a given. You know, why GGW? Your game, your way. Play it whatever way works best for you. Have fun, crash, fail, succeed. Whatever gives you enjoyment. It's your game. That's a given. All of my statements are my opinion on. My thing is, we've played this game passenger focused. We got to 72 million or 72,000 people on the map. We played this game freight focused. We got into 60s, close to 70 also. This time we're doing freight and passenger focus. We're making it a point that every city as we go around the map, we work on train passenger, and then the next day we work on freight. And we don't leave an area unless we work on both. Because we don't want to get overwhelmed. Okay, but what does that have to do with double track? Well, the thing with the rules is it's making this game harder. None of those rules make this game easier. You know. You got down to 4 for just a split second there. Yeah, we are seeing the money come pouring in. It won't be that long and we'll be back in the positive. And then we can let the cash build back up. 3. I thought it might have been a 2. It was definitely a 3. Yeah, things are fixing themselves. Well, that's a good thing. Yes, it is. So if we end it right here, what are we going to do next? Well, I mean, this is episode 55. You want to end it with us near bankruptcy with a loan outstanding, standing at an intersection in the middle of nowhere outside of Indianapolis? You know, the sweat running down our brow with us going, whew, get out there, boys, get out there, Pat, and start flagging these trains through here. How have we not noticed all this time that this junction was messed up like this? That's a crazy part there. You know, stuff's been broke for decades and we never saw it. Well, see, that's the beauty of running the midnight train. You know, we get enough time, you know, running. And by the way, for those of you joining, thank you for tuning in. If you have any questions, comments, backseat driving, feel free to toss it out there. It is most welcome, most appreciated. But this is a beautiful sight, seeing these just huge trains lumbering through here. You know. You know, if you'd split that train in half, it would run better. Really? All it would really do is just cost us another locomotive. It would be smaller trains, so they should zip through the intersections better. There we are, 2 mil. I was just about, my hand is on the space bar. I'm tempted to just borrow the money and put in those 2 changes. Because, I mean, it'll be fun to build a bridge, build a tunnel. It's not really a tunnel. Oh, it's an underpass. I mean, look at that. Look at that. Look at that. That is 100% why we play this game on hard mode, with all the other rules and just the flat out, let's call it what it is, it's bullshit. All the stuff that we do. Just a few minutes ago, this entire series was almost over. We were at 30 million in the red. 30 million in the red. And we started out this episode, we started out this episode with $100 million in the bank in just the span of one episode, episode 55. We got down 30 million. And we're not making any money each year. It was a break even or a loss. That is pure failure. And all we had to do to fix it was just we had to send the guys off the train with the axes, have them kick a few wagons onto the side, tell them to bust it up so they cleared the tracks. You know. And now we got a chance to clean up your error. I mean, I'm not going to call it that. Well, that's what it is, isn't it? Make sure there's not a train coming this way. I'm making sure. That's a caboose. Okay. And here's the thing. Track is cheap. You know. So, you know, running this siding down to the bridge here is what's going to save us. What's your speed on this? Oh yeah, there's a lot of these now that we have the faster stuff. We're going to have to start watching a little better. Signal and signal out. Okay. Down how you doing this underneath? Oh, we're letting this guy get out of here. That's the first thing. Now, we've done this enough to know the game is going to hate us for trying to build a bridge or an underpass just at the height of the tracks. The game just does not, the game knows that we're playing a stunt here. We're going to put it right here. Okay. Here's our track. It's very easy. Okay, then do it. I'm trying. Okay, here's our track. Go down 3. Okay. Pause the game. You went in the negative. Damn. Okay. You know, you might have just ruined the entire game series again. We borrow money to do this? No, but we do have that 2 million outstanding. Okay, put us back on the black. Okay, just be very careful and do not touch that space bar. We could just do this. There you go. If we accidentally touch it, we're just at slow speed. Okay, come down. All right, come down 3. 1, 2, 3. Put this littlest piece here. That's all you got to do. Okay, now what? Now. That is not what you wanted. No, it's not. We're going to have to go down another notch. 2. Okay, right here. Go down 4. 1, 2, 3, 4. And make it just this littlest stub. Okay. Now what? Now. You want to grab the track properly. Everybody say it together. Grab the track properly. Okay, chat, I need a bridge selection. Anybody want to give me a selection on a bridge look? We can go with rusty white. We've got ye olde. We can go with OSHA safety yellow. We've got the hunter green, which so far we've only used that for passenger service around Huntsville. You know, the Hunter, Huntsville. Then we've got Old Rusty, which is what we've predominantly used for freight train overpasses. You know, calling them an overpass still doesn't stop from being a bridge. It's not a bridge. First off, we're over land, so it would make it a viaduct. And we do have freight bridges. We have the one going across the Mississippi. You know, it's just, the whole point is no freight bridges. Unless they're really, really necessary. I was just looking at that, wondering what this was up here. I was like, is that an electrical? What is that? No, it's a signal. Okay, so back to our choices. Then we have the blue, which we've only used around Bloomington for passenger service. And then we've got the rusty white one. We've got the high-speed one with the safety rails. And the one that we would never use, but we have used it in emergencies, is the iron bridge, but no pillars. Because we can't move pillars in this game like we can, say, you know, with procedural objects in City Skylines. So, any choice? Anybody got an opinion? I will leave it open for another few seconds. This one, obviously, we can't use. And we've got the money to pay for all of them, so it doesn't matter. The bridges are cheap. Again, track is inexpensive. You know, But we're outside of Indianapolis, and this is what we've used everywhere else over there. So I'd be more tempted to go with old Rusty. Yeah, the problem with Rusty here is how's it going to look when you're... See, that's like bridge on bridge. And what we really want to focus on here is the underneath. Alright, well, that's what we're going with. Alright, connect up the other side. Okay. Now. Damn, another train came in while we've been sitting here. You didn't break this junction, did you? No, it didn't. Alright. Bring this up here. Keep going. You're nowhere close. I think you're gonna have to go straight right there. Well, figure it out because you gotta get out of here one way. Alright, so I'll let you move up any? Nope. Well, that's of no help. Just keep going. Just keep climbing. Just keep climbing. Come on. Look at that. That is... That's hysterical. Alright. Well, this isn't a bad thing because now... Yeah. Well, what we've done is we've created a siding. Do you not know how to grab the track? I think the game randomizes it, and it rolls a dice to say whether or not you grabbing the track is going to be successful. There's no rhyme or reason for it. How about sometimes you're just not paying attention? That can't possibly be it. Give me a horn down. A horn? Yep, a horn. Track. All right, now start your turn. And get us out of here. Okay, and when are you merging in? As soon as we can. Well, I want it to look good. Yeah, see, because if you look at this, it makes it look like it's coming from down there. Well, you know, that's actually going to come in handy when we start pulling freight from down there. Making our city deliveries. This will give us, you know, a bit of a... Sir, I already agreed to buy your vacuum cleaner. You don't need to sell me on any of the other features. And if you keep talking, you might sell yourself out of the deal. Okay, I get you. Signal. Okay. As soon as this guy clears, let's get this thing deleted. Come on. Much better. More complicated. Yeah, but it's better looking. What did you do to stop the big long ones from jamming stuff up here? Well, we extended this length here. That don't look right. What train is this? Oh, mining and granite. It brings bricks up to Indianapolis. Yeah, is this a long one? Yes, it is. No, it's not. Look at that. See? We choked the tool factory. She could have been making tools all that time. Okay, just start paying off this loan. Because we don't want to leave episode 55. We don't want to leave episode 55 with a loan. Get us back into even keel here financially. What is going on with this? Well, here's what's going on with it. I've seen this twice now. I thought it was a mistake. Come on. But it's not. I'm sorry, I thought it was a graphical mistake. But it's not. It's a... Yep, there you go. Like, because when I put the track and deleted it, the train collapsed in on itself. See, I make these, eyeball errors all the time. Well, eyeball errors come with kind of being a blind gamer, don't they? Yeah, they do. See, I would love to make this thing smaller. Well, the game wants them to be 4 high. Yeah, but it doesn't require it. It's like if you build the overpass, if you want to build an overpass, it's got to be 4 high. You try building the underpass, you get away with 3 or 3.5. Well, there's not that much of a difference between 3.5 and 4. Yeah, but it's again, it's a visual. Nice. Let's watch her speed on here. 40s. She comes up here, keeps right on going. Nice. Okay, I think we fixed our problem here. She's in the red, but she's got a ton of... All these people are in the red. They're well, this one's... She's driving back. She's trying to make a pickup. And Indianapolis has 224 waiting for her. Hey, is that enough? It's getting closer. You were at 1.8 mil. Click the button quicker. This is not that video game where you're trying to get tokens. Wow, this happened quick. It did not take long for us to be back here with a possibly jammed up intersection. And there it goes. I would not call that siding abuse. We're using it. Alright. Well, what are we doing next episode? Well, that'll be episode 56. Pay off that loan. I just need one more. Alright. So what are you going to do in episode 56? We are going to... Look at that. Loan paid off. Okay, just to recap. At the start of this episode, we had $100 million in the bank. A few minutes ago, we were down over $30 million. There were 4 trains here at this intersection completely locking it up. We had to borrow money. Ugh. We have fixed the entire thing. And we're back to having, well, not right now, the second, but we're back to having money in the bank. We've cleaned up the siding. The whole intersection's fixed better. That's a huge improvement. That's all awesome, sir. But the question was, what do you do in episode 56? Well, we're getting out of Indianapolis. We shouldn't even be here. But what we're doing up here in Chicagoland, Wabash, Chicago. We're going to keep working on balancing and trying to do some improvements. We have a bunch of passenger trains that we've done engine upgrades, but we need to keep going through. We have 8 lines that come into the station that are carrying a ton of passengers and making us a ton of money. We got to go through all these and trying to upgrade the passenger wagons, do a little bit of line balancing. You know, the fun stuff, because it's a transport game. You know, the playing with trains, it's interesting because the trains have a bunch of stuff to them and they're fun. But, and with the trucks, there's not as much to do because you just lay down the road and go, off you go. Look at that. We got a couple more of these 4-story buildings. 1, 2, 3, 4. This is the 5-story building. Yeah, these are 4s. But the city is definitely growing. Let's take a quick tally just to see where we are. Alright, so South Shore, 459. Wow. Yep, West Side, 347. So, anybody got a calculator? Anybody want to add those up first? Because, what do we got? 4 parts of Chicago? Yeah, we do. So we've got 459 and 345. 459 and 345. Okay, so that's 804. And then we've got Chicago Business District, 395. Okay, and what about in the Loop? In the Loop, we've got 543. We're at 1742. Do we have a district neighborhood over here? No, not yet. We talked about putting one in right here, though. And we would either name it North Side, Northwest. There's also a couple of plaza and park names that we could use up here. All of which would be, good candidates. But here's the thing. We're at 1742 in Chicago. We were at 1400 at the end of the last episode. That's just incredible. Yeah, no, it is amazing. We grew Chicago by almost 300 people. And, a huge chunk of the credit goes to the tram service changes. We've got more frequent trams going around with larger numbers. And, it's feeding the trains. It's getting people out to the businesses. We can see it in these numbers here. The more that these numbers equal a full train, the better, whatever leaves here completely full. Like there's 94 for the Rock Island line. And are these people leaving Chicago? Well, no, 37 are taking them the crosstown bus. So 37, so that's 50. So there's 150 people waiting for the Rock Island line. Okay, well, how big is the Rock Island line? I think, yeah, the trains are full. Yeah, 70s. She's going to Springfield. let's get this to full speed because we want to see how she does out here in practice. This is the hill going into Springfield. I remind you of this because we built it like 4 weeks ago when we first came to Chicago. After this, we're in Springfield. Did we upgrade this train at all? No. These are just moguls. Oh yeah, wait, that is an upgrade. They didn't even have moguls on these. Well, why don't they have 10-wheelers or A35s? Again, because we were lucky to be the beneficiary of a raid last night, and while doing the tour of the map, we went to 1900 and got the bigger speed improvements, the 100-kilometer trains or locomotives, and the 80-kilometer freight cars. So, you know, it's been a huge improvement. By the way, isn't this a passenger line? Yes, it is. The passenger line is on the outbound side. Or no, passenger line is to the city. The freight train line is over here. Okay. And why do they cross over here? Lazy work? Yeah, well, that's something we're going to fix right now. I mean, here's the freight train line. Okay, what does it do? These guys cross it. Can we get it lower? Here's the problem with getting it lower. This station is right here. Okay. Well, why don't you pull out of the station and immediately go under those tracks and then hook up with the tunnel? I mean, we seem like we have a lot of space here. Do you want to give it a shot, or do you want to do that in episode 56? How long have we been at this episode now? We're at almost 2.5 hours. Huh. Well, I'll leave it up to chat. If anybody says they want to stick around, we'll stick around. If no one says they want to stick around, then that's episode 56. We're going to fix this whole freight issue up here. These freight and passenger lines should have never touched. And we're going to fix it. Ooh, we're going to fix it. Yes, we are. And if we have to, all we really got to do is just take the platform and push the platform down here a little bit. Oh, good point. That's right, because the platforms don't have to be even. I remind you of the platform in Huntsville. You know, that's not even at all. Well, we are definitely back onto the path of, we're back to being profitable. And having money in the bank. Well, we just had 8 million. Yeah, we'll get it back. But we're going to fix this in episode 56. All right. Ladies and gentlemen, it's been a pleasure. Episode 56, we're going to fix Springfield. Thanks so much for joining. If you could please click those buttons, you know what they are. People ask you all the time. What I need is people chatting in chat. Which is funny because I have to pay in coffee for an assistant to help me do that. But what I need is people chatting in chat in text for whatever reason they want. That's what they want. So, thank you so much for your time. Have a good night.